We've been talking about it for several months now. Pure just might be the missing link when it comes to racing games. It's a totally unique game where freestyle is just as important as taking the right line through a corner. Rather than us going on about it, we leave that to Chris Bowles, before going on to tell you what we think of the latest title to emerge from the Black Rock Studios.
I mean, what we're really proud of is we've taken the best of racing and the best of tricks, and we've kind of combined that together. But one of the main things with Pure is that there is a risk factor. You can't just do everything anywhere. Initially, you only have access to your basic tricks. You do enough of those, we'll give you intermediate tricks, enough of those, pro tricks. If you crash, bang, you're back, you come back a step. So you're always in fear of crashing, because if you crash, you're not going to win the race. So you need to be doing the tricks, earning the boost, and then boosting towards that finish line. It was a completely different approach to us for Pure. With previous games that we've done in the ATV genre, they were very much simulation, more realistic. But when we knew we wanted to make an arcade game, we knew we wanted to have really big, crazy jumps. All the rules went out the window. We had to start again and change the way we thought. And this game is all about fun, and to try and make something extremely fun can be very challenging at times, but we'd like to think that we've nailed it.
So now it's time to show you a little bit more detail. And if you liked SSX a few years back, well, then you're going to like Pure, that's for sure. It's pretty much just like SSX, but on an ATV. There are 3 types of racing. Sprints, which give you 5 laps around the short track with almost no jumps. It's all about taking the right line and not making any mistakes. In freestyle events, there are no limits on the number of laps. It's you go until you run out of fuel, basically. It's a big, wide track, and you can pick up bonuses that give you a little bit more fuel, multiply your score, or give you boosts that make you jump higher and farther. But the aim is to get the highest score possible. Well, the third and final challenge combines the 2 disciplines. The idea is simple. The first one over the line wins. Yes, you have to get the right lines, but you also need to try and fit in jumps which boost your turbo gauge, allowing you to go faster and catch up with the leaders. Well, the garage is one of the best surprises in Pure. The 3 different types of racing require differing strengths, and that's where your garage becomes your best friend. Well, true to the idea that this is an arcade game, it offers one of the most varied garages you're ever going to see in the world of off-roading. Hundreds of vehicles, thousands of race suits, spare parts, brakes, cooling vents, and even footrests, and you can change absolutely everything. Well, that's what's so good about this game. With every little variation in track, you can come back to the garage and make the changes needed to make sure you're competitive. A little bit more grip, better acceleration, whatever you want, you can get it. And for those that aren't into quite so much detail, not to worry. You can also create your quad quickly and simply as well. Just define what type of race you're doing.
While she may lack her older brother's...
Well, as you can see, Pure has a real arcade feeling about it, allowing you to take the ATV out in the wilderness. The game's developers have focused on creating sensations, and they've created short races that are fast and furious, and which encourage you to put in some impressive tricks. Set up so it's really hard to crash, Pure is accessible to a wide audience. Whether they've touched a racing game before or not, and whether they've spent hours perfecting their tricks in SSX or not. But Pure isn't an easy game. That being said, when you do lose, it's easy enough to realize why. Oh, I shouldn't have done that 100-meter high Superman just before the finish line. Or 2 more tricks and I wouldn't have had the boost I needed. Graphically, the game is excellent. There's not much more to say there, really. The soundtrack could have been a little bit more varied, but... However, Pure is not totally exempt from criticism. It does make one unforgivable mistake. There is no offline multiplayer mode. If you haven't got an internet connection, you can only race alone. Go online, though, you can race up to 15 other riders. In offline mode, it's not just the lack of a multiplayer mode that limits the game's lifespan. Aside from the World Tour mode, there's nothing else that's going to last you for more than a few hours. But in summary, we had our doubts originally, but it's clear that Pure is a very, very good game.